Alright, so today we are back on with TutorialToastey, and I'm gonna show you guys how I run casual capital solo legendary. So for this we're gonna use a pretty much the same build like I did on the DOA one, and I use St. Elmo with damage ties out of cover. As secondary I use a Banshee with Unwavering, but you can pretty much choose whatever. I just prefer it to be an SMG, so you have a different ammo type, basically. For the pistol, if you have, you can use TDI card for the skill tier, which comes in handy pretty much at the start, but it's not necessary. Specialization, I'm a fan of Gunner. You can choose differently, but I'm just a very big fan of Gunner here. Technician works as well for one extra skill tier, but I think Gunner is the best choice. We have the shield. It's a tier 5 shield, and we have a decoy, which we need pretty much at the start. We will swap to turret later. Our stats are 58 crit chance on the Elmo, and everything else into crit damage. What you can do as well is basically if you go Striker Mask, or you can basically go for Obliterate, which might be better for you if you're playing it quite slowly, because you will lose all the stacks from Chest Striker. But if you're playing quite aggressively, Chest Striker is just worth more. This is a pretty safe build, mostly for first clear or just getting more comfortable with it. You can always drop some blue cores, or just go for like a normal Striker with Striker's Backpack to get like a lot more damage, but you lose the safety of the shield, basically. We're just gonna go in. How I show it now is not the only way you can play it, and it's especially not the fastest way, but it's about getting to know the mission and learning how you can play more aggressive. So we start out and take our TDI card if you have it. We're just gonna run up here. There is a cone. It's basically right here, and on this cone we drop our decoy and just run up. At this line here, we will spawn one guy. After we did this, we tried to go back a bit to be a bit more safe, which not always works out perfectly because it heavily depends on where the enemies are going. Sometimes they all just stay here and then it's kind of hard to go back. But since it's like the first room, we can always just restart. And this Grenadier will not make my life easy.
Serious trauma detected.
Sometimes dropping the decoy, you will just die. So it doesn't work out always, because sometimes they just don't care about it. So what you do there is just do the same thing again. And the next time it works again. But yeah, that's like a really annoying thing. What the decoy allows us to do is we can skip the Chunga wave. So there would be between the initials, so the first enemies in the room, and the wave after, there would usually be Chunga and dogs. And with how we do it here, we can just skip those, which just makes it a bit easier for us. And basically, after running up, as soon as you see that one yellow elite spawn, he spawns either on the right side or on the left side, depends on where you're looking, basically. After we see that guy, we just try to go back a bit more and fight to the top. There will be one drone. No, it's actually two drones. So we kind of try to kill her quickly. And then after we can just take it a bit more chilled and basically fight up. You can always, like here, we can't really out-damage the healing with this build because it's like kind of safe build. But what we can do, if possible, we can always destroy the healing station. That's always a good idea. And we can play it pretty safe. Shield peeking is not a thing anymore, but I would still recommend playing it like this, just because you get less hits on the shield. Or like less hits in general. If you're fully exposed, you still get more hits. So if you play like this, I still get more hits than I play like this. It's just how it is. So yeah, basically the first part after we've done this skip is just we kill some enemies, I'm gonna push it up here. You can always just play it a bit safer till you kill like the last guys. I just don't want the video to be too long, basically. So in some areas I might be a bit more aggressive than necessary. But yeah, like I said, you can always be more or less aggressive. That always depends on you and how you feel. So if we go up, we can grab some mementos just to make our shield a bit stronger. And for this part, we have multiple options. So we can have 3 gates we can open, and we can technically just do the middle one. I would choose the middle or left one. And they spawn only at this door over there. So we can just sit here and shoot them a bit to do some damage. And then we can just basically wait until they push us. That's the safest way, technically. There's no drones here, there's just snipers, grenadiers, and some normal guys. So we don't have to worry about drones or something ruining our life. We only have to worry about 2 grenadiers ruining our life. What we can always do again is throw a decoy. And they get confused, because they don't really know where we are. You see, we barely get shot. Of course, now he shoots us to undermine my theory. The chopper spawns 2 enemies, and now that's, of course, it's a perfect sign. The chopper enemies are random, and it can be, like we have here, a yellow drone. Which is, of course, the worst enemy for us, because it can just be 2 red enemies as well. But yeah, we can basically play this infinitely safe and just chill here. Now we have to deal with drones, which is annoying, so we can just chill here a bit. It's not about speed, it's about, like, getting it done. Just throw a decoy. Try to shoot that guy a bit. Alright, now I'm gonna push up. And hope I don't die to the drone. Just because I don't want to make it too long. If she goes in cover, we can always just shoot the drones. So that's where I'm aiming high when she goes in cover. To get ready to shoot the drones, basically. And she's dead. Alright. So we want to grab some mementos. You don't technically have to grab all the stacks. It's just... if we fill the memento, our shield is way more stronger, we get more armor regen, more damage, and it just helps us out a lot. And that's pretty much the hardest room is the first one, I would say. Everything else is pretty tame. We're gonna grab the key chest here because I'm a loot goblin. We have multiple options for the next one. It really depends on how you feel. I will show the less safe one, just because it is still pretty decent, and it just doesn't take as long. Otherwise the video would be very long, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, we just always grab ammo. I will swap to turret. We kill the EMP here, and then we just walk around here, get the first enemies. We have 2 mini tanks here, so we can always start on those. And what we can always do here is, if we get overwhelmed, we just go back. And that would be the second strat. You can technically just stay here. Just chill. It is kinda boring, and they will take a while to actually get here, but it works, and they get here, so... especially if you throw a turret like here. Mini tanks. I try to shoot the rails, so they can't basically drive away. And then we just kill them. Because if we don't shoot the rails, they basically just get hit until they're very damaged, and then they're gonna drive away to get repaired. But yeah, if you're feeling comfortable, we can always push out a bit. Especially to get the drones. Now we're kinda boxed in though. Especially with the drone now. So what I want to do now, the drone is the last enemy. Besides that red. So I want to just push the drone. And now we get the spawn of enemies. There's multiple ways where it can spawn. It really is look dependent. Oh, it seems like we have one more enemy. So we're just gonna kill that last guy. What you want to try to do if you... Mini tank. It's always good if you get the mini tanks done early. Like I said, I'm gonna show the less safe route here, basically. But you can just play from outside the whole room, technically, if you want to. So that's the last enemy. What we want to try is to get the spawn on the other side. So we just look over there. They spawn there. It just helps us because it gives us a bit of safety. We're gonna put the turret here, and we're just gonna play like this. We can shoot a bit. If we get mini tanks spamming us, we can always go back. What a pretty good way to play this is the staircase as well. And basically what I do is just I run around left side, right side, basically shoot everything. Getting the lunchbox guy here is pretty good for us. Mini tank's not good for us. Shock helps a bit because it disables him for a second. And basically that's our strat. This is pretty aggressive though. You could totally play this from outside. It will be a lot slower though. But it will work. And that's what we're after. So I always try to kill the healers first. We don't have any drones or grenadiers or something, it's just normal guys and healers. As well as way too many mini tanks. Always want to make sure to check your left. The turret helps us out a lot, but it doesn't really kill. What we can do is pick up a memento if one is close, just so we don't run out. And then we keep going. This guy loves to be in cover. Alright, so we get the arrows, which means those are the last enemies for the room. Alright, and we're done. We want to pick up some trophies to be full, basically. The gray arm on the memento. The bar below it has to be full. That basically, or the bar below the gray arm, which is like the only arm now, is basically how full our memento is. We can get some loot here. And some ammo. Ammo you should always get between the rooms. And for now I'm gonna go with a sticky EMP. Just for two reasons. We have one dog there and another one later as well. So where I would play this from is here. But we can always go a bit back. So we just disable him and start on the enemies. We can always be more defensive basically. Just want to start on the mini dog. Alright, then we get two rushes pushing us. And we just push up. There is a drone here. Want to try and kill the drone, at least the backpack. So that was a backpack. If we kill the backpack, she can't spam us anymore. So that's what we always should try to focus. So yeah, I'm gonna push up here quite quickly because I'm pretty strong, especially with Chest Striker. And my memento is full, so I can have a lot of shield health and repair as well. Alright. So for this next part, there's a dog and two drones. I will try to shoot the EMP sticky on all of them. It's not necessary, it just makes it easier. So I just shoot it on the floor there and explode it. That means I don't have to deal with drones. And the dog. So we can kill the drones, and after we can kill the dog, we shoot the legs. And that's it. We can always go back for loot. Yeah, so basically we want to grab ammo here. For this one, we're gonna definitely go the safe strat. The fast strat would be, ideally, regulars, jump up and just farm them. But for us, for now, we're gonna play it safe. So we're just gonna go in. We're gonna throw a turret. Pretty much doesn't matter too much, just for some distraction. And we can shoot. I would just start shooting to try kill as much as we can. But if we're getting some trouble here, basically now, we can just go back. And then we chill here. So then it depends on how comfortable you are with Legendary or in itself. Basically, now I won't really go out because my shield is set, but I can play this really like this, where I can actually like shoot some stuff. Or I could just wait it out a lot more. So now we're gonna get drones again. That's the issue. If we go inside, we kind of have to basically have to kind of get to the spawn. Otherwise, inside there is not really too much cover, and especially not like a good position where we can retreat to be safe. So for this, we're just gonna chill here. That's gonna be after the initials, so the first enemies in the room basically. There's gonna be 3 waves. They all spawn on top. I'll show after where they spawn. We just try to get the lunchbox guys, especially in the medics, because they will make our life hard. We can always throw a turret for distraction. And I kind of want to medic. The good thing is we have Jones is pretty important if we can get her as well. We have ammo here, so we don't need to worry about it at all. We can just keep firing. There's literally an ammo box next to us. The drone would be super nice. Nice. Drone just helps out a lot, as well as the lunchbox. And yeah, we can just always chill back. We kind of have to remember that our memento has a 5-minute timer. So if we run out of that 5-minute timer, you see it, like you see the little bar moving from left to right on the gray arm. And if we run out of it, we lose the buffs. So we can try to get 1 trophy, like here for example, there's a trophy pretty close. It's kind of risky though. If you feel like you can get it, try it, but otherwise, always stay safe. Not having the memento up is still better than dying here. What we can do as well is we can open a second door to shoot from different angles, but that basically means we can get pushed from that side as well, because no, the only way they could technically push us is through this way here. Fuck this guy, dude. Oh yeah, you could always like, I don't know if I did this now, but you could always leave a trophy on the floor on like the way here, but that's like pretty late now. So probably, I don't know, probably too late. But you could always leave a trophy on the way here and just pick one up from like behind. Or that guy brought me one. Because they will push you if you play very defensive. So after a while you just get try to get the medic drones. Medics are always the best target here. Just because if we kill him, that means less enemies. After that we go for lunchbox. That's this guy. Ideally drones as well, but drones are hiding right now. And if we can't talk. When we are struggling, when we are in trouble, I can't speak English anymore, we can just go back and chill. Because there's no rush, we can foam grenade her out. Shoot her. So here for this room, it's probably better to run Obliterate instead of Chest Striker, just because you notice like my Striker stacks are not quite high. They're like around 50% most of the time. So that means running Obliterate Chest instead of the Striker Chest is actually more damage in total. Should be one more wave, I think. Is it? Doesn't actually look like it. Alright, we're done. We don't need to grab ammo here. We can get it up. But yeah, we always remember, we have a scope on Elmo. I showed it on the DUA. Basically on PC it's tab by default, and we can always get some other angles and maybe find a way to kill them. Here we're gonna grab ammo, and here we're gonna play the boring route as well. So, oh yeah, by the way, I forgot that. All the enemies in this room here, they spawn in this door. I wanted to show that. I'm just gonna go and stay on Chest Striker for now. But basically, what we do here is we open the door. I usually try to take some pot shots. Basically, I just stand here and shoot this door to get some striker stacks, some damage in. But you can get nuked like this. And then we just do turret here, and we just stay here. They will push us. It will take some time. If you're feeling comfortable, you can always go out, basically, and take a look. I'll show that in a second after we get some regen in. But they will appear here sooner or later. The turret helps us out a bit. And we can just chill here. There's gonna be grenade dogs and one chunga. Those are our biggest enemies here. So grenade dog, for example. But he's really confused. Grenade dogs don't like this tunnel. They are very confused here. So the chunga actually does something to us because of the bleed. But we can just shoot him. The sun makes it not easier, but if you see the grenade dogs, just confused as fuck. He's like, what is going on here? And he doesn't even shoot us. Like, he just literally does not care. He didn't shoot us once. Usually those guys nuke you across the map, and he didn't shoot us once. So what we can do if you're comfortable with, we can always go out and have a peek at what these guys are up to out here. Which makes it a bit more, like... It's a bit more stressful, but it's not too bad. Especially if we killed the first two dogs and the chunga, we only have some normal guys. We get 2 dogs spawning later, as well as mini tanks, so there's something to look out for. But if we get in trouble, we just go back. We can go back, we get some ammo. You can go all the way back to here, technically, if you want to. I wouldn't recommend it, though, because that will take some time. But yeah, those are sniper drones. They ping us, which might be a bit annoying, but they don't do anything, so we can just leave them up. Right, grenade dog. This is the weak point, this plate. If we hit that, we just do a lot more damage. So that's the ideal spot. Otherwise, we want to go for legs. But yeah, like same like always. If we're feeling comfortable, we can peek out a bit. If grenade dog dies, he shocks everyone. So we can use that time to get some damage in. We're pretty strong with the memento. We can get some shots on this mini tank, because fuck this mini tank. And yeah, I'm gonna go here quite aggressively. We have one more grenade dog. I don't know why. But we have one more grenade dog. I thought I killed 4. What the f— Okay, that's actually like really confusing. But yeah, and basically what you want to do is just stay around this area. When you're feeling comfortable, you can go out, but staying around here means we can always go back in here if we're having some trouble. And yes, we're just chilling here. Now this is the last enemy for us. Or last 2 more. Like this, and we have that mini tank, we need to be careful there. But if we kill the last enemy, the mini tank will respectfully, hopefully, yes, fuck off. We can check our loot. Maybe get a 13 PAV somewhere here. And yeah, basically that's for most strats. You can always be more aggressive or less aggressive. So if you don't feel comfortable like peeking out that door, we can always just stay more back or just more defensive, basically. Right, we want to pick up our turrets, and for this one, for boss, there's multiple spots. We're gonna go for now the really boring route, which basically involves just opening the door and staying here. Like here. That's the safest strat. What we have to account for is they can climb up here, which is like, I think they can even climb up there. So that's something we actually need to like think about. This is for now our safest threat, so I'm gonna open the door and just trigger. I'm gonna put my turret on this Dixie. We can always go like this if we want to shoot a bit more, if we want to be more aggressive. But you could technically just let them push you. But remember, like this Chang'e, they have incredibly stupid spots. So yeah, we will just go back. And boss pushes us, of course. That's perfect. Actually not. We don't want that. They all push us, which is fine though, because we can actually go back a lot. It might look scary, and it is kind of scary, but at the same time, it's not, because we can always go back to this corner. Now I kind of want to be aggressive a bit more and do some more damage, just to get, like, finished quicker. But we can always, like, retreat into here, basically. And the turret will help us out. I'm gonna try to annoy boss a bit. Maybe throw him a foam grenade. I actually missed that. That's kind of hilarious. Here, have a foam grenade. Especially if we get shocked, boss is not too scary. We can just go up here and shoot boss. We need to be careful, there's dogs. Especially in this case, sniper dog. So, on this range, I would just shoot him until we crack him and then just finish him. There's gonna be another dog up there, which is super toxic, but it's fine. We do the same. And after it's gonna be spawned, so they spawn on top there, so they can shoot over. We just need to remember that always can go back if we feel a bit overwhelmed. We get rushers, we get this spot, which I showed you. So we can go here. It's a bit toxic, but it's probably the safest route. But there's different options. Like this is perfect for grenade dog. Of course he pushes us. We try to go for the legs or this plate on specifically on grenade dog. He will shotgun. So we try to go for the plate again. And that's basically the second grenade dog. What I'm gonna do is, if I have some time, I can pick up a memento trophy to get some memento back. We want to kill these guys first, just because they can shoot over our shield if they are that high. So now I'm just gonna go here and do some damage, because that medic's never gonna peek. If we remember, we can always be less aggressive and just go and play it a bit more defensively. That's not what I would recommend, this position, if you want to go fast. But, oh, the medic picks up the chungus, it's not good. Wait, no, it's just spawns, never mind. So this will not be fast, we can just recycle our turret. This will not be fast, but it will work. And, if you remember, legendary boss is a checkpoint. So we can just chill here. We try to keep Chang'e busy with a chain, with a backpack breaking. There's not much he can do to us at this point. Can always look up there if we're safe still. And I'm gonna throw my turret this time over there. Just see, maybe pull some more aggro. That dog's... that dog is actually crazy. But yeah, if we remember from DOA, minigun dogs actually don't really do too much to us. So we can mostly ignore him, because he doesn't really do too much damage. Like if we look at this shield, like we don't take a lot of damage from this guy, so we can just shoot him later. Always just check if we see something. I'm gonna play a bit more aggressive, because it might actually be last enemy. You're dead. This guy is of course hiding. How should it be? Yeah, it's gonna be the sniper. And we're done. And I'm gonna check the loot because I'm a loot goblin. But basically this is probably the safest strat. There's a few different spots where you could throw your turret. We could technically throw it up there, we could throw it like here, we can throw it wherever, like it doesn't matter, there's so many spots. So you kind of want to find the ideal one for you. If you throw it on the floor, it takes a bit more aggro basically, and they run more towards it. But yeah, that's actually pretty much the safest route I would go for. We can always push down there, but this is way faster, but it's a lot harder to do. And yeah, I hope this helped you guys out. I want to say that again because of some messages I got on the DUA one. This is not the only way to play it. This is not the only build to play it. This is just one way I've come up with to make it as easy as possible, especially for new and returning players to run a Solo Legendary. And if you want to get out of your comfort zone, and basically just start with this. If you want to get more aggressive, the best bet would be to go for less blues, and especially go for Striker Backpack. And yeah, we finished the weekly project, which gave me 3 exotic components, which is nice. And I'm just gonna wait for the mission ending screen. And yeah, so we can check the time. I think it should be around the 30-minute mark. That's pretty much what we're aiming for. It might be a bit slower, but we'll see. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helped you out. You can always stop by on my stream and let me know if it worked for you. Like always, it's legendary. So we're pretty much at the 30-minute mark, which is pretty much where I want to be. So yeah, as always, it's legendary. So if you do the exact same thing I do, it might not work for you every time. And yeah, that's it for me. I can show the build again. So we use a turret or decoy here, and we're going for 58 crit chance on the Elmo. Everything else is going to be in crit damage. 1-piece Cheska, Memento, and 4-piece Striker. We could always go for Obliterate, Obliterate Cheska, and another piece Striker here, which will make it easier in some parts, but harder in others. And yeah. If you have any questions, always feel free to drop them in comments or stop by on my stream to ask me. Always happy to help out, if the questions are about the game, brosy. And yeah, GG's. Catch you next time.